Arsenal Stage News! Glad to have you back to your daily hub of Arsenal latest updates and transfer saga. Let's get started. Arsenal transfer news, live. Gunner's Eye, £52 million. Hincapié, Rodrigo update, Fofana link, and Saka injury latest. The summer transfer window is heading into its final stretch, and Arsenal remain very active, with multiple deals and updates emerging as Mikel Arteta looks to fine-tune his squad for the upcoming season. The Gunners are strongly considering a move for Bayer Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapié, who has been linked with both Arsenal and rivals Tottenham. The 22-year-old Ecuadorian international has impressed in the Bundesliga and is seen as a versatile center-back capable of playing across the defense. Reports suggest his release clause stands at £52 million, meaning any deal would require a significant investment from the North London club. Elsewhere, Arsenal continued to be linked with Real Madrid winger Cher Rodrigo. While the Gunners are yet to make a formal bid, the Brazilian star remains on the radar of Edu and Arteta as the club seeks further attacking reinforcements. Rodrigo's ability to operate across the front three makes him an appealing option, though Madrid's stance and asking price remain obstacles. In terms of incoming youth talent, Arsenal have agreed a deal to sign 16-year-old Shamrock Rovers midfielder Victor Osimhen. The teenager is regarded as a bright prospect and will join the Hale End Academy setup as part of the Gunners' continued commitment to developing future stars. Meanwhile, there has been movement in defense, with reports claiming Arsenal have launched an £8.6 million bid for Girona right-back Arnau Martinez. Journalist Santi Auna has revealed that the offer is structured as an initial £7 million payment, plus a further £1.6 million in performance-related bonuses. Martinez, 21, is viewed as a promising option who could provide competition in the fullback areas. On the injury front, the Gunners have been dealt a blow with confirmation that Bukayo Saka is set to miss up to 4 weeks due to a hamstring issue. The England international has been a pivotal figure in Arteta's system, and his absence will test Arsenal's squad depth heading into a crucial run of fixtures. The club will hope the winger recovers in time to feature early in the new campaign. Finally, in terms of former players, ex-Arsenal loanee Dani Ceballos could be on the move again. The Spanish midfielder, who spent 2 years at the Emirates on loan from Real Madrid, has emerged as a target for French side Marseille. According to Fabrizio Romano, talks are ongoing over a potential loan deal with an obligation to buy worth just under £13 million. With the transfer window set to close shortly, Arsenal still appear determined to strengthen. From Hincapié to Rodrigo and Martinez, the Gunners remain in the market as Arteta looks to build a squad capable of challenging on all fronts this season. Arsenal make Alexander Isak transfer decision after record-breaking deal agreed. Arsenal's transfer activity this summer has already grabbed plenty of headlines, and with just over a week remaining before the window closes, speculation continues to swirl around who could be the club's final addition. One name that has repeatedly been linked with the Gunners is Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak. However, according to fresh reports, Arsenal have now ruled out pursuing a deal for the Swedish forward. Team Talk claimed that the North London side have decided against entering the race for Isak, despite rumors that they might challenge Liverpool should Newcastle refuse to sell to their Premier League rivals. Liverpool are said to be preparing a new and improved offer for the 24-year-old centre forward after their initial interest. For Arsenal, though, any hopes of seeing Isak in red and white appear to have ended. The Gunners' stance makes sense when considering their summer business to date. Mikel Arteta's side have already made 7 additions, including the record-breaking signing of Victor Gyökeres from Sporting CP, as well as the capture of Crystal Palace talisman Eberechi Eze. With 2 marquee attacking arrivals secured, a further move for another Swedish striker always appeared unlikely. Arsenal have also managed to balance their squad numbers, offloading as many players as they have brought in either on permanent transfers or loan deals. That efficiency, overseen by sporting director Andrea Berta, has given the club some flexibility heading into the final days of the window. Still, insiders suggest that if Arsenal were to sanction another signing before the 1st September deadline, it would almost certainly be for a winger or defender, rather than another centre forward. The decision to pass on Isak underscores Arsenal's commitment to building a balanced squad rather than stockpiling attacking talent. With Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, and now Gyökeres capable of leading the line, Arteta already has significant depth in central areas. The priority, therefore, appears to be strengthening wide options and ensuring defensive cover. As the window enters its final stretch, Arsenal fans can likely expect further departures, with Berta continuing to trim the squad. Any incomings will be more strategic than spectacular, but the club's transfer window is already shaping up as one of their most ambitious in years. For now, though, Alexander Isak will not be part of Arsenal's project, leaving Liverpool with a clearer path if they are to secure the prolific Newcastle star. Eberechi Eze's Arsenal shirt number revealed as move nears completion. Arsenal are on the verge of completing one of the biggest transfers of the summer window, with Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze set to seal a sensational move to the Emirates Stadium. The 27-year-old attacking midfielder has been linked with several top Premier League sides in recent months, but he is understood to have rejected advances from Tottenham Hotspur in favor of fulfilling a childhood dream, playing for Arsenal. Eze's decision to join Mikel Arteta's project has delighted Arsenal supporters, who view him as a player capable of adding flair, creativity, and goals to an already exciting squad. His admiration for the club reportedly stems from his boyhood years, and conversations with technical director Andrea Berta and manager Arteta earlier this summer are said to have been decisive in swaying him toward North London's red half. One of the key questions surrounding his arrival has been what shirt number he will inherit. According to White, Sports Illustrated, Eze is almost certain to be handed the famous number 10 jersey, a number steeped in Arsenal history. The iconic shirt, previously worn by legends such as Robin van Persie and Mesut Ozil, recently became available following Emile Smith-Rowe's departure to Fulham. It also happens to be Eze's preferred number, making the fit all the more natural. During his career, Eze has worn several numbers, beginning with number 39 at Queen's Park Rangers back in 2016-17. He later took on number 27 while on loan at Wycombe Wanderers, before gradually earning more prominent squad numbers at Palace. However, the number 10 has always carried special significance for him, and his expected adoption of the jersey at Arsenal will be seen as symbolic of his role as a creative leader in Arteta's setup. Eze arrives on the back of a stellar 2024-25 campaign, where he notched 25 goal involvements in 43 appearances and played a pivotal role in guiding Crystal Palace to FA Cup glory. His dribbling ability, vision, and composure in the final third have established him as one of the Premier League's most entertaining playmakers, and Arsenal fans will be eager to see how he links up with Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, and Gabriel Jesus. The move, expected to make him Arsenal's 7th signing of the summer, also raises questions about opportunities for rising youngsters such as Ethan Nwaneri and Max Dowman. Still, for now, excitement is focused firmly on Eze, who is set to complete his medical and bid farewell to Palace before donning the Arsenal number 10 shirt in the coming days.
Arsenal have been dealt a significant setback with the news that Kai Havertz will spend time on the sidelines following surgery on a hamstring problem. The German international, who had established himself as a key part of Mikel Arteta's system, leaves a major gap in the Gunners' attacking options, just as the squad appeared to have finally reached the depth Arteta has been working towards. The injury is particularly painful given Arsenal's struggles with fitness issues last season, where they recorded a league-high 27 separate problems across the campaign. Sporting director Andrea Berta now faces the challenge of navigating the transfer market under financial fair play restrictions to find a short-term solution that does not compromise long-term planning. There are 3 main avenues Arsenal could explore. The first is targeting a versatile attacking midfielder who can replicate Havertz's ability to drift between midfield and the front line. This profile would help maintain the balance in Arteta's system, especially while Gabriel Jesus also continues his recovery from knee surgery. Another option is to pursue a pure striker capable of leading the line and providing consistency in availability. One of the most attractive aspects of Viktor Gyökeres' arrival earlier in the summer was his strong fitness record, and Arsenal may now look for another forward who offers reliability and a physical presence to help ease the load on Bukayo Saka and Leandro Trossard. A third path could involve exploring loan deals or short-term signings to cover Havertz's absence without committing to a permanent transfer. This would allow the club to preserve resources while ensuring they remain competitive domestically and in Europe during the crucial first half of the season. For Berta, the task is a delicate balancing act, reinforcing Arteta's squad quickly while keeping the club within financial limits. Much will depend on potential outgoings in the final weeks of the window to create space for fresh arrivals. Regardless of the chosen route, Arsenal's response to this setback could prove decisive in their ambitions to challenge Manchester City and other rivals for major honors this season. Easy transfer saga shocks everyone right now as Real Madrid make Rodrigo decision. The final 2 weeks of the transfer window promise to be eventful for Arsenal, with both incoming and outgoing business still on the agenda. Having already secured 6 new signings this summer, the Gunners could yet complete a 7th addition before deadline day. For now, however, attention is turning toward trimming the squad, with several fringe players attracting interest from across Europe. Fabio Vieira is among those who could depart, with talks ongoing between Arsenal and Stuttgart. West Ham are also credited with an interest in the Portuguese midfielder, who has struggled for regular minutes under Mikel Arteta. Defender Jakub Kiwior is another name linked with a move, with Porto reportedly keen, while Leandro Trossard has drawn enquiries from a number of Premier League sides. Left-back Oleksandr Zinchenko is attracting strong interest from Fenerbahce, though it remains to be seen whether Arsenal sanction his exit. On the incoming front, Lee Kang-in of Paris Saint-Germain has been tentatively linked, alongside Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo and Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong. While none of these appear close, Arsenal are keeping options open as they prepare for late opportunities to arise. One such opening could involve Ademola Lookman, with Fabrizio Romano suggesting the Atalanta winger could become available if a current Arsenal forward leaves before the deadline. Eberechi Eze remains a key name on Arsenal's radar. Crystal Palace are bracing themselves for late interest, particularly if they lose defender Mark Guehi, and reports suggest Rennes centre-back Jeremy Jacquet is already being considered as his replacement. Palace would reportedly want £35 million for Jacquet, who spent last season on loan at Clermont. Rodrigo's future at Real Madrid has also drawn attention. Despite Manchester City links, the Spanish giants are said to want to keep the Brazilian. Arsenal, however, are exploring the possibility of taking him on loan, following in the footsteps of previous temporary arrivals from Madrid, such as Dani Ceballos, Julio Baptista, and Martin Odegaard. TBR Football claimed both Arsenal and City made fresh contact with the players' camp last weekend. In terms of goalkeepers, Arsenal continue to seek a solution for Karl Hein. Levante have expressed interest in a loan, but Arsenal would prefer a permanent sale, valuing the Estonia international between £3 million and £5 million, a figure that could prove difficult for the La Liga side to match. With time running out, Arsenal's transfer window looks set for a dramatic conclusion, with significant outgoings possible and the chance of 1 or 2 surprise arrivals still alive. Arsenal reject Real Madrid's sensational swap offer involving William Saliba and Rodrigo. Arsenal have reportedly turned down a stunning proposal from Real Madrid that would have seen William Saliba head to Spain in exchange for Brazilian winger Rodrigo. The offer, revealed by Spanish outlet Marca Via Sport, highlights Los Blancos' growing interest in Saliba as they look to reinforce their backline. The French defender has become one of Mikel Arteta's most indispensable players since cementing his place in the Arsenal starting quintet. Real Madrid were hopeful of prizing him away either on a free transfer in 2027 or for a reduced fee next summer when his current deal enters its final year. Instead, they attempted to fast-track their pursuit by offering Rodrigo in a direct swap. Despite Arsenal's long-standing interest in Rodrigo, the North London club wasted no time in rejecting the approach. Sources close to the club suggest Saliba remains untouchable, with the Gunners viewing him as a central pillar of their long-term project under Arteta. Saliba himself has repeatedly made clear that he is happy in London and has no plans to depart. Speaking last season, he said, "For me, I'm really happy here. I've been here for 2 years and a half as well. I want to continue here. I want to win big things with Arsenal. If you leave this club without winning anything, the fans will forget about you. I want to win big things here." When asked about his contract situation, the French international played down any urgency, explaining that there was still plenty of time left on his current deal. "Not yet, because yes, we have some years to go, so there is no rush at the minute. I'm happy here. That's it," he added. Arteta, meanwhile, has distanced himself from speculation. Ahead of Arsenal's Premier League opener against Manchester United, he stressed that his focus is on football rather than transfer dealings. "I'll leave that to Andrea and the club. My main focus is just about performing, preparing the games in the best possible way, and winning." The rejection also raises questions about Rodrigo's future in Madrid. The winger has slipped down the pecking order under new head coach Xabi Alonso, sparking rumors of a possible exit despite his contract running until 2028. Manchester City are among the clubs monitoring his situation, though Pep Guardiola is keen to offload players before sanctioning any new arrivals. For now, Arsenal remain intent on strengthening their squad with a winger before the transfer deadline. But when it comes to Saliba, the club's stance is clear. The Frenchman is simply not for sale, no matter the offer on the table. The summer transfer window is building towards a dramatic conclusion, and Arsenal's business in the market is far from over. One of the Gunners' main targets remains Eberechi, but negotiations are proving tricky. Crystal Palace have set a high asking price for the England international, and Arsenal are reportedly unwilling to meet that figure. The situation has opened the door for North London rivals Tottenham, who are said to be preparing to intensify their pursuit of the 26-year-old attacking midfielder. Meanwhile, another potential target, Ademola Lookman, appears to be off the table. Reports suggest the Atalanta winger has no interest in a move to the Emirates and instead has his sights set on joining Italian giants Inter Milan. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Arsenal's rivals Manchester City are considering an ambitious move for Real Madrid winger Rodrigo. The Brazilian's future at the Bernabeu has been the subject of speculation, and a transfer to the Etihad could have a major impact on the title race. One player Arsenal definitely will not be signing is AC Milan star Rafael Leao. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has poured cold water on any rumors linking the Portugal international to the Emirates, insisting the Gunners have never even considered a move. Never been an option. Leao stays at Milan, Romano stated on social media. Off the pitch, some Arsenal fans have voiced frustration over the referee appointments for their Premier League opener against Manchester United. Paul Tierney will take charge of the game, with Simon Hooper and Jared Gillett also involved in officiating duties. The reaction online has been far from positive, with some supporters predicting controversial decisions, including dodgy penalties or random red cards, going against them. Manager Mikel Arteta, however, is keeping his focus on strengthening the squad. The Gunners have already made 6 signings this summer, but the Spaniard admits more movement is possible. Let's see what happens in terms of where the squad is in the next few weeks, but we are actively looking at options, Arteta said. There are a few players that have to leave as well, so we'll be open to see what happens. With the Premier League season set to kick off imminently, Liverpool hosting Bournemouth in the opener, Arsenal are preparing for a challenging run of fixtures. Supporters will be eager to see if any late transfer business can give them the extra edge in their pursuit of silverware this season. Arsenal target Eberechi Eze outshines Jack Grealish, leaves German critics embarrassed. Eberechi Eze has turned the tables on his doubters, particularly within the German camp, after a rapid rise in both form and reputation, has seen him move ahead of Jack Grealish in England's attacking hierarchy. The Crystal Palace talisman, now heavily linked with Arsenal and Tottenham, has become one of the most in-demand players in the Premier League, proving that the skeptics of just a year ago were wrong. The story stretches back to Euro 2024, when then England boss Gareth Southgate made the bold call to include Eze in his tournament squad ahead of Grealish. At the time, Eze was still a developing figure at Selhurst Park, while Grealish was a Champions League winning winger at Manchester City. Many observers, including sources from inside the Germany setup, saw Grealish as the greater threat. Reports suggested German players and staff described Grealish as someone who provokes fear when running at defenders, while regarding Eze as less dangerous and relatively unknown. That perception has aged poorly. Over the past year, Eze has enjoyed a breakthrough, producing consistent match-winning performances for Palace and cementing himself as a genuine international-level attacker. His technical ability, vision, and fearless dribbling have made him a nightmare for defenders. Exactly the sort of qualities that Germany once insisted only Grealish possessed. Now, at 27, Eze finds himself at the center of a high-stakes transfer battle. The Guardian reports that Tottenham have already opened talks with Palace, but the player is believed to favor a move to their North London rivals Arsenal. His £68 million release clause, valid until Friday, gives suitors a short window to act. Meanwhile, Grealish's career trajectory has gone in the opposite direction. The 29-year-old, who has 39 England caps, has not played for his country in almost a year and has been left out of the last 3 international squads. His standing at club level has also diminished. After falling down Pep Guardiola's pecking order at Manchester City, Grealish has now moved to Everton on loan, hoping to revive his form and confidence. Under new City boss Thomas Tuchel, he has yet to make an appearance. The contrast between the two wingers is stark. A year ago, Germany's players were relieved to face Eze instead of Grealish. Today, it's Eze who is the feared, sought-after star, and Grealish who is searching for a way back into the limelight. If Arsenal secure his signature, Eze's rise from underestimated talent to marquee signing will serve as a powerful reminder of how quickly football's hierarchy can change.